Real Music exclusive.
I grew up like a savage.
Logically, I was okay financially, but doing the wrong things to get money, and then morally, I was all off. So I dropped out, and I just had to get everything right from my health to my mind. And I came back to the city, and I was working, but I was like, I know I don't want to do this. So I ended up working, going back to school, and
what kind of job?
Big like Rich, you asked me about shoes, right?
Yeah.
You asked me about shoes? Well, I don't know, because I think this guy used to work at Finish Line. I'm not sure if that's the same.
Close.
Okay.
Hey, that was close.
I'm not, he worked at a shoe store. Macy's, maybe?
Macy's, yeah, you know.
Yeah. I think he worked at Macy's.
I was selling women's shoes at Macy's.
Yeah, he worked at Macy's.
And it was dope. That's hella cool.
Yeah.
You know
in fact, I forgot my guy's name, but he used to work there with you at Macy's. It was the Asian guy. I can't think of his name. He was a good dude, man. He a pretty cool dude, man. I think of his name in a second.
Eastern?
No, it's an Asian guy, but I do remember Macy's shoes.
Yeah, I was definitely hustling.
Yeah.
I was best salesman.
And you had the pose. You had the body language of Jody from Baby Boy when he was selling the dresses.
Man, pushing them on stuff.
Yeah. Getting it done. That was the Fillmore.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying I had to get it done.
Yeah, you know.
I was loving it. I was bringing money home.
And that was Macy's right downtown Frisco.
Yep. And Union Square. I mean, that was a cool job, but I knew it wasn't for me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do that for the rest of my life.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Having anxiety attacks in there, like, I can't get in here.
Yeah.
That's crazy that you know that. Hey, man, no vultures. The best podcast out.
So
come see us.
When did you meet Quake Beats?
Quake Beats, I met him 2017 in front of Dirty Pigeon, maybe 2016, but in the first year of me rapping, after a Dirty Pigeon show on 24th or 25th in Portrayal, right by Walgreens. I saw him standing outside, and for some reason, in my head, I think I had just got done reading the book The Alchemist 2 months ago before this. I was like, man, I need to meet this person. So I asked my partner Ozer, who is also an artist who I went to high school with. I was like, hey, who is this dude right here? What'd he do? He's like, that's Quake Beats. He make beats. And I was like, for real? Never heard one of his beats. Nothing. And I just pushed him on Quake. I'm like, man, what's up? And at this time, I was working at the ballpark at Gurdelli, and I had a job, and I was also hustling as well. So again, I had that 3 streams of income. Okay. At this time, feel me, I was fresh. Everything, I was lifting, but I wasn't really running, so I was like 215, 225, and then I had just bought my first car cash. It wasn't nothing pretty, but it was a Benz. Okay. So at this time, I'm moving a different type of way. LBZ always say I was like 50 Cent, but in terms of being fearless, at that time, I really felt like it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I was like, I push up on Quake. I'm like, man, what's up? And I'm like, what's up? I'm stunning. I do this, and that, blah, blah, blah. We got to lock in. And Quake give me his Instagram, but he don't follow me back. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah, and I'm like, man, what's up? Well, I'm trying to work with you. What you trying to do? And he's like, I don't really interact with people like that. Blah, blah, blah. This, and that. Quake don't like all of that. Okay. So eventually, I'm trying to get him to follow me back for a minute. Time goes by. So eventually, maybe 6 months to a year go by. I do this freestyle competition in the town. Okay. And it's a whole bunch of people. I think Shawnee Sean was there. I know for sure. I don't think it was Priceless. Who else was there? It was basically an Oakland event and had hella artists come out.
Was that the Complex?
Nah, it wasn't that Complex. It was in a cut. I'm trying to think who else was there. Santana was there. You know Santana Poppy? Yeah. So it's like Santana was there. So
in New Parish or something.
Nah, it was like a small event. It felt like we walked in kind of like an auditorium. And then DJ GA was DJing it. So it was real. It wasn't small, but it was very local. It was about maybe less than 150 people there. So we in there, feel me? I do the freestyle competition, and I just remember practicing for weeks. Because in my head, I had that Mike Tyson to where it's I feel like I'm the best, but a fear of losing. You know what I mean? So I'm in my head, I was I'm not losing. Right. So I go first, all the stuff. We rap, but every round I'll rap and then I'll go sit down and it'll just be chilling. And every round Quake Beats ended up being there. Quake Beats would come talk to me like, man, you going up there, you spitting. How you keeping your composure like this? I'm like, man, I'm just chilling, you feel me? You know, I think I had a chick there with me. She was making sure I was cool, rubbing my shoulders or something.
Okay.
Feel me? Just making sure I was on point in my mind. And then I'd go in there, do it around, kill it, come sit back down like it was nothing. Keep doing it all the way to the finals, and then I just murdered it. You feel me? So then after this, Quake Beats, he come talk to me. He like, man, like, what's your influences? Blah, blah, blah. He asking me hella questions, and I'm just conversing with him. And then from there, I think it went back to that point of where he has a detector. Like, man, I don't want no bullshit within my circle because I've dealt with a lot. So I got to that point where he like, oh, this dude is as serious about music as I am. Okay. And then from there, we built a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, man, because y'all, that's like, it's like Dre and Snoop. It's like Mustard and YG.
Everybody be saying that.
You know what I'm saying? And I like when
shout out Quake Beats real quick.
Yeah,
man.
shout out Quake Beats.
Yeah.
I love when rappers got their own producer, their own DJ. You know what I'm saying? They own everything. That shit is important because you are what Jay-Z say. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
Yeah.
And going into that. You know what I'm saying? Before we get out of here, I got to talk about while you was cranking this shit up, the juice. What made you start going with the juice, and how did you get into that healthy lifestyle?
All right, before that, I want to say, like, I feel like me and Quake, we are our own entities. Okay. He's definitely on point, and I just don't like to be possessive over stuff. Like, for example, me and Drew Banga, we got a project, but I wouldn't say that's my producer. Cause feel me, he do his own thing, you know what I mean? So it's like, but it's dope to create a sound with a producer, you know what I mean? Cause that shit, cause they got their own shit they brewing up, and to make that chemistry, that should be dope as fuck.
You know what's so important to me? Because you have a version of a lost art in the Bay Area that if we get back to, we'll be straight, which is mob music.
Oh yeah, come on, we going hard.
That's what you have. It's no way to cut. It's a new version of it, but what you've been doing, that's what that is.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? That is really mob music. What the mechanics do, that is a version of it. You know what I'm saying? That is all mob music. So shout out to the old
I never heard of
producers.
Song.
Yeah, shout out to the JTs. Shout out to the Ant Banks. Shout out to all them them guys, the Mike Mosleys. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all those guys that created that sound, man, because you know what I'm saying, we needed it.
Shout out to you for shouting them out.
Yes, sir.
The juice.
Yeah, the juice.
Oh, I should have brought some.
How did you start that?
Basically, this girl, I got chronic eczema. And I was trying to find a way not only how to lose weight, but to get my skin all the way right. Okay. That's why I threw that body butter on, because you feel me? Had to be dipped in butter.
You got to be dipped in butter. Okay.
All natural. I wish I had one of her products too. But so in the span of that, I was looking for alternatives to tasty drinks. Okay. This chick sent me this recipe.
Like a sweet drink, but not Kool-Aid. Yeah, not exactly. Soda.
So what I used to do was I used to get like 100 lemons or hella lemons, squeeze them, and then put a hella sugar in there with water. Feel me? And kind of find out I'm eating that with hot chips. I'm asking why my skin itching and everything. Not realizing this is triggering my eczema. So you feel me? Eventually, I'm like, damn, I need something that tastes like soda or juice that tastes good, but that don't throw me off. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, this chick I was messing with sent me this recipe, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna try it. I put my own twist on the recipe. Okay. I just basically took that recipe and made it how I make my lemonade. Okay. So it became my own thing, and then I started one day the pure, when you get some O2 juice pure, oh, feel me, it's addicting, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So we water it down for the public because it might be too much. Too much, yeah. So I was making that just for my homies and everybody, and making it for myself, and then eventually I was like, it was on the anniversary of my uncle's death. I went outside on Page Street, and I was just like pouring it up for people. Like literally everybody was outside.
I think I was watching this shit, man.
He was? Oh,
yeah, I think so, man.
He probably was there.
Yeah.
You know did you get a cup?
Yeah.
Nah. Okay. So basically that happened, and in the midst of that, feel me, my partner AB, he was like, bro, you should sell this. So from that day, I was like, all right, figured it out. Asked the chick, I'm like, help me find some bottles. We found some bottles that was like a whole carbonation. Because O2 juice is like limeade with a chain on it. Because it's sparkling. Okay. So basically it's you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, he's saucy with it. So it's like, and within that, you feel me, once we discovered that, I just started distributing it. First with no labels, selling it just straight. Then I started getting feedback, and it was like, damn, it's too strong for people. Watering down enough to where it's digestible, but it still tastes good.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, you know.
Yeah, man. That's dope, man.
What was so strong? The carbonation part of it was too strong?
I use agave as my sweetener.
Okay.
So in the midst of that was too much for people. Agave is still hella rich. You know what I mean? So now, at this point, I'm at the point where the agave that we use has no added sugar. So it's like you're not drinking as much as processed sugar, but still, it's like when you drink too much of anything that's sweet, even honey, it be too much for you. You know what I mean? Then you make some tea, you use half of the thing as honey, it's going to be like, oh, that's way too sweet. You know what I mean? So, you know, the O2 juice is dope. In the span of me making that, I made it I started selling it. I was making it while I was at my job, but like within like 2 weeks of me quitting my job, I started selling it. You know what I mean?
And shout out to you and all the entrepreneurs doing their thing. In the wake of George Floyd, we all saw that we could really get after it more. So sad that we lost a brother in that type of way. But as we know in history, it takes some sacrifices, you know what I'm saying, to turn a new leaf in life and move on. And I believe that you signed with 1015, the New Rock Nation. I see more for O2. I see brick and mortar. I see mobile trucks.
Facts.
You know, I see.
You got merch?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The Still Winning brand is finna be global.
And I remember when it was
this is just a brand I did a partnership with. Shout out Integrity.
I remember when it was just the face with the let's talk about it.
Yeah, you remember that? That was the emoji. Hey, thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
thank you for being there.
Yeah,
support it
for sure, man. Like,
you
know what I'm saying. And speaking of that, how is it for you? Before we go that, so you got slogans, right? You got Still Winning.
Do me a favor.
Do me a favor.
I gotta feel it.
I gotta feel
That's
it.
probably the three main ones. You know what I'm saying?
And
a woman, a man, still winning. I mean, that's the new one.
You pray before your shows. You got your slogans. You got your merch.
Alter egos.
You got your alter egos. Shout out to Nigel Standings. Hello.
Nigel Standings said, I'm chilling with two gods and out here getting money like a fish is on a rod. That means we're baiting motherfuckers and that fish swimming up to us and we're snatching it up. That's how we get the dough.
Yes, sir.